Hey everyone, welcome back to West Coast Mopars. Today on the channel I'm just going to do a few last things to get this truck ready for collector plates. So I've just got this plate sitting here, it doesn't actually have them yet, but these are in BC, Canada, these collector plates. Basically they want the vehicle to be 25 years or older, and it has to be pretty well mint and original. Or like not original paint, but they don't want you to have like an aftermarket radio or aftermarket gauges, stuff like that. There is such a thing called modified collectors where you can have that stuff, but you have to get it inspected. This way, the regular ones, you don't have to get inspection. You just email some pictures, a bunch of different angles. They don't even need to know that it runs. They don't need to know anything. They just want to see it visually, that it looks how they want it. So this truck was missing the rear bumper. It's still missing this tailgate chains, right? It's supposed to have the chains that hang down. You can see where they used to scuff a bit, but they hang down. Now the front seat was torn, so I've actually got the seat out. It's over at my buddy Chris's. And we picked out some fabric that matches original or close to, so he's doing that right now. It's actually pretty cool. The foam, it doesn't have springs in the bottom. It's just a big thick piece of foam, and the foam is in great shape. And we actually found the date code stamped on it, 1964. So that's pretty cool. But like this truck, it does have this little aftermarket radio, but it's an AM. It's an old AM radio, so I don't know if they'll call me on that. Hopefully not. Hopefully they'll just kind of look at it like it belongs there. But otherwise, I mean, everything on this thing is so clean. I can't see it being an issue. The only reason, I don't care if these vehicles have collector plates for, say, like, oh, it's got collector status. I don't care about that. Literally the only reason I do it is to get cheap insurance. Because in BC here, we only have ICBC, which is a government-run insurance corporation, and unfortunately, that's all you get. Like you can insure your car through Haggerty or others, but you still have to have a basic ICBC plan just to get there. It sucks. So there's no options. You're stuck with ICBC, and so if I was to insure this truck, basically like pretty minimal coverage, it's like $80 a month. So that might not sound expensive some places, but I mean full coverage, you're probably looking at $200 a month. So you just want to drive these things around, and you barely driving them. I'm not using this for work. I'm not using it for much, just to bomb around in. So collector plates, their only sort of catch is they don't want you driving in the winter. They want you, or at least in, like snow and salt. They don't want you driving it to work or school kind of thing. But aside from that, you can drive this as much as you want. And the insurance, if I put 6 months on it, it's $100. If I put a year, it's just over $200. And that's fully covered. So that is why I sort of go the little step to get these, to get them nice and clean, and just get regular collectors, and like the cheap insurance, and then you can put that money towards other things on the truck to making it nicer, and all around you sort of win. I do have collector plates on this 57, and yeah, I insured it last year for the year, and it was $230, I think. And hop in anytime you want. Drive it. Now I'm going to do these tailgate chains now. So what I've got, I just went to the hardware store. It's funny, I looked online, and you can get the chain and the tubing, and it was like $180 US for the proper swept line chains, and I thought that seems a little hefty. So I went to the hardware store. I picked up the chain, 40 inches of chain. So I measured it the other day. It's like just shy of 20 inches on each side. I think it's 18. So I picked up 40 inches. Now this is 3/16 and it's just zinc plated, but I don't plan on taking this truck out in the pouring rain or anything. It kind of leaks a little bit through the window, so I'm not too worried about this. I didn't want to get stainless. I didn't really see the point. I didn't, the hoops, yeah, we'll just bend them, make them work, make them look okay. And I picked up a couple of these split links. So these will sort of go, I'm thinking these will go on the stationary part, right? Just sort of hook them in there. And then we'll crimp my chain to it, run the chain down, back up to a hook, and put it through here. And then when you open the gate, that hook will grab onto the little pin off the gate. So I've got some of those. And then this, I looked online and asked on some forums, like, what does everybody use for the sleeving to make it close to original? Because this sleeves the chain so it doesn't scratch your paint. And the majority of the comments, guys are saying, oh, you can get stuff on Amazon or get heat shrink. And somebody said, well, inner tube from a bicycle is as close a match to original. And a couple guys put up pictures. And my father-in-law owns a bike shop, a bicycle store. So I asked him if he's got any old inner tubes he's throwing out. And he said, come down and take your pick. There's a bunch of them. So we just sort of picked something that matches that chain, right? So the width of the chain, if you sort of flatten the inner tube, I think that'll be perfect. So, and it's actually a little bigger than the chain, so if I discover that like 3/16 is too small, I could go up a size to 1/4 inch, and I think that'll still fit in there. Okay, so it's obviously not finished. I was just sort of mocking up the length of the chain. So here's that little that split hook or split ring. I still have to squish it together, but it's just sort of hanging there so I can get the idea. Chain comes down, and I basically just figured out how many links to put in till it's level, till the tailgate's level. You up one more link, it's going to be on a bit of an angle. You go down, it's going to be kind of hanging down. So I think that's perfect. And then these S hooks, they're a little funny. They're not quite. I was looking at my other truck. It's actually, it loops on the same side as the hook, if that makes sense. It doesn't come up the other way, so it might sit a little goofy. And if it's functional, then I'm happy. So, and I've got just enough chain from the other side. Oops, just enough chain to come back up and repeat it on the other side. So, good thing I got what I got. Okay, so I got both sides done. That was extremely easy. Yeah, so these hooks, I just sort of squished them over the chain there, and then I squished this opening just a little bit, it had a huge opening, so I just sort of closed it up. Those split rings, they're very easy to do. And then the tube, basically I just, had the chain straight out. I thought, well, maybe don't make it the whole length of the chain, maybe just make it a little shorter. I actually cut one the first time, and it was way too short, so it's good to have the whole inner tube. You got lots to play with. And this rubber is very flexible, very squishy, thin, but I think it's going to work. They're made to last in bike tires. So, yeah, and then just hook it on. And this side, same thing. They both went together pretty simple. And then when you unhook them, trying to do one-handed here, but you just hook it back in. Both sides will be the same length, right? So actually this side's just a little loose, but that's okay. But yeah, there it is. Got some chains on there with the sleeves. Now I can open the tailgate. Alright, well, I'm just about to take the truck down into town to go pick up some dinner. I just got collector plates on it today. It was approved, so that's very exciting. But here's the seat. This is what my buddy over at Van Island Upholstery did for me, and the price was extremely fair. It looks awesome. I'm super happy with it. This is actually a fabric, not a vinyl, and it's just a nice, it's sort of a brown, gold, sort of white combo. Works well with this sort of marshmallow this was called. Works well with the interior, and it's a very close match to what was in here. So I haven't really driven the truck much this year. Whoop, power steering. Like it's got that Toyota power steering box in there. So, like I said, the radius isn't the best, but it is power steering in a swept line, which is awesome. But figured I'd take you guys down into town and do sort of a drive around with the Fargo. Oh, those mufflers aren't bad at all. I was worried they were going to be extremely loud inside. They're a little noisy outside, but just a little bit noisier than the other ones. But in here, it's so quiet in here. This is such a nice, tight driving truck. Steering works well. Suspension's pretty stiff, but that's to be expected. Believe it or not, I got a working fuel gauge. That's very exciting in an old Mopar, especially an old swept line. And believe it or not, inside here, this is original paint. Original paint on the dash, the doors, everything. Just the exterior got sprayed. But it looks like it's almost an exact match. It's a neat old, it's like a, I want to say a 65 Chevy pickup up here. I might ask about it, we'll see. It's just been sitting in the guy's yard for, oh, I passed it. Oh, never mind. Oh, it's back there. It's like a lime, mint green, single cab. It's been sitting in the guy's driveway for, oh, I don't know, a few years now. And he's got garbage piled up in the back, and he had some stuff piled on the roof, and it's like he's obviously not doing that much with it. There's a 60s El Camino in this carport here. It's been sitting there for years. There's still all kinds of cool stuff around town. Not a lot of old Mopars sitting around anymore, but yeah, anyways guys, this is the truck. This thing is so smooth to drive. You know, for an old pickup, it gets so much attention. You just do not see old swept lines driving around. And it is a long box, it's an 8-foot box, but personally I like that better with the body line on the swept line, because it's got that long sort of dip at the end, and you rarely see it in the long box. The short box, it just kind of ends really quickly. But the long box, man, it sure looks pretty. And this thing's got like no options, you know, aside from this dash mounted shifter. Anyways guys, I'm just gonna head home, but yeah, I just thought I'd get out for a drive. Thought I'd do one last sort of walk around this thing for now. Just you guys can just see just how straight this truck is. I mean, just having that body line on the door and the cab and the box line up is huge. And that's what I mean about that body line on the side where it kicks down there. The long box really shows it off. The short box kind of ends almost like right here. You only get a little bit of it, but oh, it's just such a nice truck. I'm so glad I was able to get this back. And I love these Fargo hubcaps. I don't know that those are really original to this year, but they sure look good on there. And you guys that haven't seen it, it's a Poly engine, so it's an A series engine. It's a 2-barrel. It's actually a 313 because it's Canadian. It's still got the oil bath air cleaner. And I did put this, I changed the alternator and regulator to a 70 and up style, which seems to be working great. No more weird jumping around with the charging. Inner fenders are super clean. It's got a dual master. There's that power steering down there. Still got this sort of fabric. I didn't even know they came with that. It's very original. Yeah, right on. Well, I'm going to call it here. I'm just going to drive home. So thanks for watching, guys. It's a few more updates on the Fargo, the tailgate chains and the seat, and getting it out and using it. So thanks for watching, and we will see you on the next one.